Awesome. Well, hello. Thank you so much for being with me here today.
Of
I
course.
greatly appreciate it. And starting out, could you just share a little bit about who you are and what you do, what your life looks like?
Absolutely. So my name is Sanket Merchant. I'm a partner at Peakspan Capital. We're a US-based emerging growth stage investment firm that invests exclusively in B2B software, business-to-business software. We're an investment firm with 1.5 billion of assets under management, and I'm one of four deal leads or investment leads at our firm. Um, so that's a little bit about me. Based in the
Awesome.
Bay Area, I've got, and just on a personal level, I'm based in the Bay Area. Um, I am happily married, have two little kids. I actually joke around that I've grown up here at Peakspan when I joined the firm. I was not married, did not have a kid. And over the last 8 years that I've been at the firm, which I have to kind of pinch myself to think about
Yeah.
how much time I've been here, met my wife, got engaged, got married, bought my first house, have two kids who just started kindergarten. So it is
Wow.
a lot of growing up. A lot of life has happened in the last 8 years, but couldn't be more excited.
That's awesome. I'm thrilled for you. Great. And so you're obviously have a lot going on and were very successful when you came to me, but you wanted things to be better. So could you share a little bit about maybe some of the things you were facing in terms of challenges with your time management when we first spoke that prompted you to say, hey, I want to approach this in a little different way?
100%. And I think it's probably a a shared experience for a lot of folks that are probably watching this video, which is there's so many areas, there's so many spheres in your life that you want to be excellent at, and feeling like potentially you're not doing anything as well as you could. Which is, I hope I'm not alone in feeling that way. And that's what prompted really me reaching out to you, Elizabeth, and wanting to have a thought partner to kind of tackle this. And ultimately, I think I remember sharing this with you. Like, I felt like I'd read a book, and the book was kind of described as what got you here won't get you there. And I felt like I was getting through life through like brute force. And um, it certainly was potentially something that I could continue to scale, but certainly was not going to lead to one optimizing the impact I could have as a father, as a husband, as a professional, and how I was taking care of myself. But also, I think importantly, the experience through which you are doing these things, right? And so it was this audacious ambition of wanting to be excellent in everything that mattered to me, and um, and so that just required, I think, one, clarity around what those priorities were. And then two is developing an operational game plan and a set of frameworks that allowed me to be successful. And that's exactly what I've been able to do through the work that we've been doing over the last, year or longer, I think, at this point.
Yeah, yeah, no, awesome. And like you said, like you were very successful, but it was by brute force. And so it was like, I'm just gonna have more meetings, I'm just gonna work harder, I'm just gonna stay up way past the time my kids go to bed and my wife goes to bed, and I'm just gonna make it happen. And you were successful for sure, but like you said, you wanted to be excellent at everything. And even though you absolutely adore your kids, of course, when you're completely and utterly exhausted and working almost 24/7, it's hard to be present with them or hard to take care of yourself and to have that level of excellence and also to scale because you don't just want to be where you're at. You want to continue to grow in your career. So, could you share a little bit about some of the results that you experienced through our work together in terms of areas where maybe you've just found it was easier to get results by thinking more strategically, as well as outside of work, taking care of yourself and being present with your family?
No, absolutely. And I think I would probably organize it across two different disciplines. I would say one is more strategic. The second is more operational. On the strategic side, I think, a lot of folks that are exploring um, working with you, Elizabeth, or bringing on a coach or a mentor or someone to work with on time management. I think one of the things I benefited from is self awareness and clarity on priorities. I think through the work that we've done, meeting weekly, bi-weekly in the case, and then eventually over time to monthly, um, initially just bringing self-awareness around, one, what are these spheres of influence? What are the things that matter for you, particularly when it comes to your roles as a father or your personal life, then also professionally. So that was one that I thought was super important. And two is clarity. And I think for a lot of folks, I don't know if this is a shared experience or something that was unique to me, but I felt like, it's easy as someone who's very type A, very ambitious to not only to be very reactionary, right? You want to get every email out of your plate. You want to, you want to try to take on primary lead responsibility on driving a work product, a project, initiative, whatever it might be, et cetera. So I think part of this was bringing clarity to one, what mattered, and two is what were in that first concentric sphere of kind of prioritization. I would say operationally, one, it was just helping, I think, what we initially worked on, which was breaking down the schedule and understanding, okay, based on those priorities, how do you strategically organize your calendar from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed to put yourself in the best position to be successful, to create time and space for you to attack those key objectives across those different disciplines. Second is, I think, the weekly and the daily planning. So giving yourself time and space to reflect and take stock of what was accomplished this prior day. How does that tie to the weekly goals that you set for yourself? How does that tie to things that have happened in the business real time that as a leader you need to address? And how do you want to set a roadmap for success the next day? Right. And I think even in the last session, we actually just had a session today. We talked about how that evolve over time to how do you want to show up as a professional? How do you want to show up as a father? How do you want to show up as a husband every single day? And just giving yourself an opportunity in a very low friction way to measure yourself and say, did I do those things? Right. And then how do I want to show up tomorrow? So I would say that's been the second most important thing. Third is, I think, for us to talk through and understanding and saying, as you reflect on and having a thought partner to challenge you and think through, how did you commit yourself this week, and how does that tie back to those objectives, right? Are those $1 million meetings? Are those the meetings that move the envelope or drive or tie back into a strategic objective, whether that's making a new investment, helping support an existing portfolio partner, helping drive an internal strategic initiative for your business? And if not, then that is a poor use of time, right? Or it's not on it was prioritized poorly. And so I think all of these frameworks were incredibly instrumental to getting me to where I'm at today, where I feel like, relative to where we started, I feel like I'm in an awesome position to be excellent at things that matter most to me. But importantly, to my earlier point, feeling like I'm doing more effectively, and I feel even better about it. I was actually just telling you today, like, I've worked out every single day of the week. I find a way to be active. I find a way to try to take care of myself in a way that I probably wasn't doing giving myself an A score on 12 or 18 months ago. So I really appreciate all of that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And it's a huge testament that you are feeling very successful at work, closing deals, making things happen, and you're exercising regularly and having time with your kids and able to, go on vacation and not just feel like all I do is work constantly and all I do is think
That's
about
right.
work constantly. So super, super proud of you for all of those achievements. And finally, what would you say to someone who was thinking about doing time management coaching with me?
I would say do it. There's nothing for you to lose. And I think do it if you're ready to be vulnerable. And I think you're coming into it with self-awareness around, hey, I'm incredibly proud and grateful for what I've accomplished. But I want to do more, right? Or I feel like I can get better at what I do. I can improve the experience in how I'm doing certain things, or I can be more effective. I think there's just like any great athlete, just because you've done the same workout regimen doesn't mean that that's the optimal workout regimen for where you want to go. And I think the engagement I had with Elizabeth has been instrumental in helping me take stock, build great awareness, great visibility, understand what are some of the strategic priorities that candidly I wasn't creating space and time for me to go through, and importantly, providing me with a lot of the frameworks and tools to actually drive towards a much better outcome. So I would say absolutely.
so
My
appreciate your
pleasure.
time today. I'm so proud of you. Way to go.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
really appreciate you being here.